Hey everyone, Brian here with SampleLibraryReview.com, and today we're going to check out String Swells from Sonixinema. This is a library for the Kontakt Player, and as the name implies, it is focused only on string swells. So this is not an all-encompassing bread and butter type string library. It's going to be very specialist. So this library was recorded at British Grove Studios with 16 string players, so it's a fairly small ensemble. We have 5 core articulations, and the cool thing is they can be synced to your tempo at 5 different bar lengths. The full price for this is, I believe, £219 British pounds. Currently intro price is 175 British pounds. Alright, so let's check out this library. I am using Kontakt 7 player here, but it does work in 6.8 as well. If we take a look at the instruments here, we have instruments and then 5 of them. The 5 core articulations: normal, senza vibrato, sol ponticello, sol tasto, and then tremolo. Then we have multis, which different combinations here, and we'll check all those out. Right now I just have the normal open. If I go here, there's sort of 3 different snapshots: clean, huge space, and then gator. So right now we've just got the clean samples. And if you'll notice, while it does say singles, the normal, I loaded that up. You can access all of the articulations here just by clicking or key switch. So pretty dry out of the gate. You can hear there is a rebow there. Which I like the sound of that. Now, one of the big things about this is the tempo sync. So as you can see right here, right now it's on 2 bars. My tempo is at about 136. So I go to 1 bar. Very fast, we can slow down the tempo. And it goes with that. We're at half bar now. Let's go back up to 3 bars. And then finally, 4 bars. It sounds really nice. So I'll go back to 2 bars, kind of raise my tempo a little bit, and we'll go to the mic positions. I think that's pretty important to check out. So you can hear it's pretty dry. The reverb is on. Turn that off and pretty much bone dry. So there's a tiny amount of tail there with the kind of the stock reverb settings. So the close mids here, they have a close mics. I mean, they have a quick little mixer thing here called proximity. So you can see as it goes from furthest away to close. You have a stereo width there, makes it a little bit artificial, but there are some elements of this library, like the gator, that are meant to be, sound design artificial and not natural. So, and then finally we have a mix here. Different reverb spaces here. All right, so let's go and check out some of the other articulations, which as you can see, I've enabled them and then it loads it into RAM. So increase your RAM use as I load those up, and then you can key switch between them down here. Compared to the normal. Solponda cello. Soltasto. And then finally tremolo. So all of them seem to have a rebo except tremolo there. To add, kind of make like a custom mic mix. Go down the lower registers with the cello and basses. So the mic mixes, there's a lot of versatility there. I do like the kind of proximity thing, but just as I'm adding in the further away microphones, of course this is going to increase your RAM use, but the close is really nice and detailed, pretty raw. But then as I add these away, it sounds really huge now. Like I think this is just 16 players, but it sounds, huge. Really nice. There's sol ponticello, more screechy sound. So there's the basses and cello, the lowest note, the C down there. Moving into the middle range, which we heard a little bit of already. And again, the mic positions really shape the sound, so it's a pretty nice, lush sound. It's still dry and a little bit intimate, but when you turn the close mics, there's a huge difference between that. So that's a very nice wide sound with the ambient mics there. Let's check out the presets, sort of snapshots they have. Clean, then huge space, which is just the mix, and then adds a cathedral reverb. Really nice. So I adjusted the mod wheel there, and it controls the dynamics here. Now, to me, that sounds more like a low-pass filter, which would make sense because they're recorded string swells, which is starting at low dynamics, going to high dynamics, and then back down. So the dynamic slider sounds to me like they're just cutting off the high frequencies, which is effective. I'm not knocking that, but just you can hear it for yourself as well. These will be best, I think, when they're making use of the full dynamics that the players were recorded playing at, and it sounds great. Let's go to the final snapshot here. The gator, which is more like sound design stuff. So interesting stuff there. Nice sound design element. Of course, you can program different patterns into the gator there. Let's say like that. Let's go to the multis here. So different combinations here. Trem, normal, senza vibrato, sopranos, and sol, tasto, and they're like panned differently. That sounds really nice. Trying combination 2. That's a much more detailed, dry sound. That one's detailed with lots of reverb. Combination 4. Some really nice sounds here. Then combination 5. Making use of the sound design gator. So there are some really cool sounds in here. I'm very impressed with this library. It is very, very specialist, as you could hear. I think one small critique is when I am playing a chord change. When I'm playing a chord change, like, for instance, so I'm just, going from the minor to the major of the C. You can hold down each one. Now, if I want to transition from a minor to the major in the middle of that chord change, so when I went to the major, for instance, like the chords don't sync polyphonically like that. So that note is always going to linger if you play one after it. So it does sync to your tempo. But it'll only sync the end point if they all start at the same time. So I just know that that's just a very small thing I noticed. So if you change the chord in the middle of it, it's not going to end on the same. It's going to restart the swell with whatever note you play. Like that. But very small critique. I like the sound of it a lot. It might be a little bit pricey for the specialized nature of it because you don't get anything except swells, but the ability to stretch it. I really like the rebow on the 2 bars and the 3 and the 4 bar. I think they all pretty much have a rebow in the middle. Sounds very nice and natural. Overall, I really like this library. You heard it for yourself. Very specialist, but you do get, the mix options really can make this very small and detailed or pretty nice, lush, and it's pretty huge sounding. And then the sound design, the gator, and all that kind of stuff just adds an extra layer for you to play with. And it does sound really good with the gator, for instance, something like Solponicello, because you get like those harmonics in there. I could really hear it on that last one, which was combination 5. It sounded really good. So there was a quick look at Sonixinema String Swells for Kontakt Player. Great library. Sounds good. You heard it for yourself. Let us know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.